Tom, what time is it? Time to leave Miami. That's right. It's a really hot, humid, swampy place. What a meme to move to Florida, retire in Florida, where you can't even go outside because it's so humid and just gross. It's like October, late October. It's steamy. It's 88 degrees. It's horrible. This is unlivable. Don't worry, Tom. We're not going to fall for that stupid meme. Seems a lot of Jews fall for it. All right, so Orlando is my next event, but going to make a couple stops. Let's see what we can find.
Bigger. This guy right here, probably about maybe 8 to 9 feet long or so, pushing close to 3 meters. Things like bobcats, pigs, possums, raccoons, dogs, and
I can't even do an airboat ride in the swampy areas of Florida without Satan empowering a woman to tempt me. In front of me, a woman was practically undressing herself for me. Maybe a few months ago I would have had lustful thoughts, but this time I didn't. I just turned away, though she was rather good looking. The airboat ride was cool. It was quite loud. It was like a airplane jet on the outside. Saw a gator and a turtle. And it's a bit hot. It's just too hot. So I'm gonna try to find some indoor shelter now. They're everywhere here. I barricaded myself in my hotel room. They're all outside. Ooh, this certain kind of people. Ooh, I thought I heard something. There were a lot of policemen in the downtown area here in West Palm Beach. Why were there so many policemen? There were hardly anybody out. And I found out why. Because there's a certain tribe of people here, and this tribe has brought a lot of their ill-gotten wealth that they gain from, you know what they do. So I wanted to thank all the police for their service in protecting the hand rubber's wealth. But I got scared. There are more dogs than children here. And everyone seems so happy because it's a rich area. They are well ensconced in lethal protection. You can't get to them here. I thought I would infiltrate their rich social clubs and then subvert from within, but they knew I was coming. Look, it's not safe for me to keep talking like this. It was a long day. I think they know where I am. So, if you want to see where they take all the money they stole from you, it's here. It's in West Palm Beach. Everything is new. The new condos, yachts, it's all here. But you didn't hear from me. Good luck in your mission. Don't mind me, I'm just a humble kayaker looking for the end of the earth. Instead, there's just a lot of birds. I enjoyed Cocoa Beach, Florida, which is right by Cape Canaveral. It's called the Space Coast. There's astronaut stuff everywhere. And this is where the National Association of Space Actors launches rocket ships past the Van Allen belts. I rented a kayak, which was too much work. I didn't want to exercise, but that's what I did. I haven't been to the gym now in about 5 months, and that doesn't bother me. I took a swim in the ocean, which was a bit more my style. And the beach is quiet. A lot of tourists, but it's a better alternative than Miami Beach if you don't want all those people. And there was a nice cat that I met. So now on to Orlando, Florida.
By his mercy, he can forgive you. And by his grace, he can give you the ability to overcome that evil spirit, marvelous life. And that's what Jesus does for
Blasphemous.
people. Not only does he change their...
feel kind of bad that my bed is not made. My mama taught me better. Hold on. I don't let housekeeping in my room because they put the comforter back. And we know that comforter is coated in feces and lice and sometimes blood. Okay, so I'm in Orlando, Florida. I came on Halloween, and as you saw, Halloween is something like a open air brothel. Any costume a girl had, costume idea, she had to put the word sexy in front of it. So she was a sexy cat, a sexy nun, which was disturbing, a sexy jail inmate. There was one girl who was wearing a mini skirt in the jail orange color, and on her butt said the word guilty. I accidentally saw it. Everything was really sexy. Sometimes it was just sexy outfits, just no costume, just she was sexy. So when did Halloween become this pornographic holiday? I mean, I know it's a pagan holiday, so it already has a sinister undertone, but now it's just straight up porn. I've never been to a brothel, but I imagine it's the same thing. You go to a brothel and 10 girls line up in their sexy outfits and you pick one. And here, guys have a fantasy of that, of going out and picking one of these sexy girls and sleeping with them. You know, I say we go back to the days of the innocent, childlike costumes. Like, why can't you be a costume something like an ice cube or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Maybe a can of Coca-Cola, or just the robot. You know, like the old robots with the, you know, just be like a robot. I don't know. I don't know why everything has to be rated R. I mean, I think I know, but. So contrast that with where we are. Orlando is where Disney is. And Disney is a good company, guys. It's good. It's child friendly. It's not pornographic or pedophilic or anything like that. It's not like they put sexual imagery in their cartoons. So you got Disney World and Universal Studios and SeaWorld. You got Lego World or something. And obviously I didn't go to that, but parents, they bring their kids here and they spend thousands of dollars. And if you want to do it really top shelf, you can spend tens of thousands of dollars here for these corporate owned amusement parks to do what? To brainwash your children, to give them that woke empowerment, equality nonsense that really takes your kids away from God. They replace God with all these lovable characters and modern themes. So parents are willingly paying for the destruction of their children, just like how parents who send their kids to public schools. Here is my kid, Disney. Here is my kid, public government. Go ahead, do whatever you want with them. How many hours does a kid spend watching Disney cartoons? How many hours does a kid spend in a public school? I mean, I'm not a parent. I can't judge, but I'm thinking, man, I kind of have a stake in my kid. I kind of have a stake, and I'm going to give them to who? A public school where now they're teaching trans stuff at like 8 years old? Man. But, you know, I just don't see how any good can come from putting your kid in a situation where they don't care about your kid. They don't care about the well-being, the future, the salvation of your kid. They just either want to profit from them or put their political ideas in them. So I think parents need to watch out. Near one of the Disney parks, on my way to church, I realized I was 1 hour early because no one told me about daylight savings time. So like a big dummy, I was, what do I do for that 1 hour? Do I sit in my car? Instead, I went to a Starbucks and I bought a bottle of water. I didn't drink it because you can't eat or drink before communion. So I sat there and it was pretty active. Everyone came in a kind of style. Now I learned what the name is. It's called athleisure. Combines athletic with athleisure. Basically, this is the looking like you're going to the gym. So they're not going to the gym, but they're comfy. That's the point. They're comfy and cool. And I noticed for the upper middle class Americans, this is the style. On Saturday and Sunday, you're in your athleisure gear, just in case your trainer Fabio calls you and says, yeah, you need to get to the gym today. Do you need time to change into your gym clothes? And then Brad says, no, I'm already in my gym clothes, so I'll be right there. I don't know. It's just, I just don't understand it, you know. And I was in my long sleeves and pants, and they looked at me like I was the weird one. I'm not weird. I'm dressed in normal clothes, people. You're not at the gym. This is the coffee shop. Why are you the world is not a gym. But you know, if they it's kind of like a win-win. Like, you don't have to dress up. It's really easy. It's kind of cheap, but you can sexually show your goods. And 1 hour before church, there's a parade of young girls coming in, and I don't have to tell you how they looked. And turns out that this little time at the Starbucks was the greatest spiritual battle I had to face all week. I didn't want to deal with it then. I didn't want to have to go through the lust, because I am a recovering lustaholic. So just like a recovering alcoholic, you don't put a recovering alcoholic in a club where everyone's drinking. So for a recovering lustaholic, you don't want to put him where there's sexy girls everywhere, because he has to use all his willpower to block that out. But go to, you know, Halloween, that's what you got. Go to Starbucks, that is what you got. It's like the world's getting smaller, people. Everywhere I go, it seems like some kind of brothel. Is the United States turning into that? Is just this country a brothel? That I can't go out in public because I'm a wounded person, I'm trying to heal, but I'm not yet at the point where you can put a gigantic butt and boob in my face and I'm just, that's fine. No, I'm going to, unfortunately, remember the times when I would interface with those butts and boobs with consent. But you know, I need some more time before I can get to where I can go into the brothel of the United States urban area and be, this is fine. This doesn't spiritually damage me. I can look at butts in tight yoga pants that are pulled up so tight that the labia of the woman is displayed. But I'm not there yet. So that's why I'm going to be a mountain boy. Because in the mountain, unless girls are climbing over the mountain, we have to tempt Roosh. But I went to church, and the priest here was very nice. I introduced myself before the service. He invited me to be an acolyte, to go up in the altar and help him with the liturgy. I was kind of shy. I told him I don't know what to do, so I said no. But if I get asked that again by a priest, then I'll say yes, because that could be some kind of sign. And instead, I talked to him. I needed a little bit of guidance. I was having a problem, and I talked to the priest, and he, like a laser beam, he knew. He knew what I think God enlightened him, because his answer really hit me hard. And maybe in the future I'll talk about it. But it was, I didn't know that how I felt after. I didn't know that you can feel that based on a priest giving you guidance and praying over you. But yeah, so you know, I'm learning a lot now. This journey across the country is as much of a spiritual journey as it is a material journey of sightseeing and giving talks. But speaking of talks, my 20th talk went well. Jay Dyer came. He's a fellow ortho bro who I got along with great. Definitely check out his work. But towards the end of the event, I noticed 5 people around Jay, and I counted there were only 4 people around me, and then I got insanely jealous. I'm more famous than Jay. But no, that was good. I was glad people were getting introduced to him. And so that leaves three more talks. 3 more. And we got Atlanta next week, then Nashville, and then Charlotte. So I've been on the road for a long time, and only 3 more left. This is the home stretch, y'all, and yeah, it's almost over, and it's kind of getting bittersweet a bit, but we'll talk about that after. So that's a lot for now. If you want to join, go to roosh.live, and God bless.